State.
6:44, Monday marks 1 year since the 1 October shooting.
In today's special pre-recorded Morning Cup of Joe segment, Sheriff Joe Lombardo talks about how his staff has recovered and how his department has changed since the tragedy. Sheriff Joe Lombardo joining us this morning. Monday, of course, marks 1 year since 1 October. There will be so many ceremonies around town, a time of healing, a time of reflection. How has this year been for you, Sheriff, for your time of healing and the department?
I think I'm doing pretty good personally. I actually believe the department's doing pretty good. We have a lot of internal resources on the department to deal with officer wellness, you know, because outside of 1 October, we deal with strife and, you know, and bad things happening amongst the community on a regular basis. So we have to have those embedded resources to help officers deal with those kind of things, so their personal wellness. But on top of that, 1 October, I believe we're doing well. So we had some initial issues in close proximity of the event, but I haven't been made aware of personally of any outstanding long-term issues, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Things like PTSD occur usually years after the fact, and we're dealing with that. And, you know, quite often I'm asked if a lot of officers separated from the police department as a result of 1 October, and I'm only aware of one. So I think we're doing pretty good. And more importantly, the community, I believe, is doing pretty good. They rebounded, they became a community.
Yeah, they certainly did.
And you've seen people being more courteous to other folks. But let's move forward to a year later. You know, you hear a lot of people saying, hey, how come we keep talking about it? You know, I think it's important that we remember it, and especially in police work, you know, because quite often I ask about September 11th. Oh, we're 17 years later, we're still dealing with September 11th, because what happened is apathy creeps in, and people's awareness, threat picture, and threat awareness starts to wane.
In addition to the healing, there have also been some changes at Metro. What lessons have been learned from the department since the shooting? Well,
obviously, you know, there was a seam in the system associated with the suspect on 1 October and how he did what he did. So that was one of the key lessons, you know, how we address those, how the casino industry addresses their customers, how they ensure that their room checks are done on a regular basis, and that the employees are made more aware of see something, say something. But personally, as a police department, you know, we can't prevent everything, but more importantly is how do we respond to it if it does happen. And police officers, they don't like to do training. They just like to go do their job and go about their business, but we have to ensure that their awareness is level, and now they understand it. This is why we train to do what we do.
Can you share some of the key events for 1 October that Metro and first responders will be taking part in?
Well, you know, there's so many. I'd probably leave somebody out and they'll be offended, but the one in particular that I am associated with is the sunrise ceremony out at the Clark County Amphitheater. And that'll be in conjunction with Commissioner Sisolak and maybe the governor, I'm not sure yet. And that's where we have a little small ceremony to address the victims and all the injured associated with 1 October. And then additionally, they're going to have a portrait ceremony of the victims in the rotunda there.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thanks, Sheriff. And as you heard the sheriff say, Metro police officers are still healing from 1 October.
One captain turned to poet.